Hello, you guys. Okay, I figured this would be a great way to answer all your questions from the other video that I said ask any questions that you want and I will try and answer them in like a Q&A. So Merry Christmas, you guys. Today is December 25th and I just made myself a delicious cup of hot chocolate. I've got my family's stockings over here on the floor and all the stocking stuffers, so I figured why not stuff the stockings and answer questions at the same time and drink hot chocolate. So this could be a video that you wrap presents to or stuff stockings to, or do laundry, grab yourself a nice festive hot beverage and let's just hang out and chat, and I will try and answer as many questions as I can. My kiddos are all down for naps, so we will see how long this video gets or how many questions I get to. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna get to stuffing some stockings and answering questions. Okay, so I have my laptop over here because I don't have a smartphone and I have the questions. So I'm going to try and see which ones I can answer. Okay, Grace M says, love your videos, Ellie. Questions for the Q&A. She says she has a couple questions, so I'll answer a few. How do you decide what to keep in your keepsake bins while still being minimal? This is something I think I'm still navigating. I definitely will keep it if it's like, I think I have a wedding photo album or a wedding photo book, maybe one copy of our wedding invitation, or just like really sentimental items. Like I have this very large crocheted tablecloth my great grandmother actually made, and I wanted one, and so my grandma gave me one that she had, and I just kind of keep what means the most to me. But when it comes to like documents and stuff, you can definitely scan that stuff in or try and take pictures of it if you want. With the kids stuff right now, they're still so young, I just have like one of those paper mache photo boxes that you can get at Hobby Lobby, and they have their hospital bracelets and stuff from the hospital in there, their first outfit they came home in, the swaddle blanket that I used, and just a couple sentimental things in there. Nothing crazy, but that's all I've really done so far. The next question, do you miss social media at all? I do miss a couple things about it. Probably just like sharing family photos or just family updates. That's probably what I miss the most about it. Will you be moving closer to family? So I will be giving more of an update on our moving situation with my husband soon. This is something that we've only told immediate family, and it's not something we're ready to broadcast to the world because we feel like it's still behind the scenes. It's more for sure, like we 95% know it's going to happen, but we just want to be 100% sure when we share with everyone. So I will be sharing that soon. How many books do you want to read in 2023? A lot. I've actually started creating a list of what I want to read in 2023, and it's more like homeschool books and more inspiring things that I'm interested in, if you will. More classics maybe. Do you miss the learning aspect of social media / Instagram, like learning new skills and ideas from other people on Instagram? Kind of and kind of not. I'm a pretty creative person, so I kind of come up with my own ideas most often. I do miss probably following mamas that are more seasoned and gleaning wisdom from them, but I definitely can find lots of great books that are coming out on the market from homeschool moms, and I can highlight and just take wisdom from those. Okay, my husband's stocking is done. All right, next question. Is hubby leaving the military? What branch does he serve? Yes, we're leaving the Air Force. He served a 6-year enlistment, and I will thank him for his service. Thank you for your support. And we're currently in the Midwest. Okay, so question. I struggle to get a capsule wardrobe together or a small one that all works together. Tips on how to know what you need and what works best together. So I would stick with basics. Figure out what you love wearing most often. If you like t-shirts and leggings and that's your go-to all the time, then that's fine. You don't have to be this, put together person all the time. I think it's good to have a couple outfits that do make you look put together, or if you like wearing leggings or t-shirts, add a denim jacket, add some cute tennis shoes. Make it look put together, put some earrings in, do your hair. I think there's ways we can navigate what we love instead of having to have super fancy clothes just to have a capsule. Or I feel like sometimes for me that was one thing I was like, I don't want to have all these nice clothes, I want to be comfortable, especially with just a few items. So I would definitely say figure out what you love and then buy multiples of those items and try and navigate what works, what looks good on you and what fits good and what you feel comfortable in, because that's going to make your capsule be work really well for you and you're going to love it. My only burning question is, will your new house be as minimal as the house you are currently in, even if bigger? Yes. I think if it was bigger, I may have more furniture, more seating, because then I could have more people over, and I really want to focus on hospitality. As I get older, I want to get better at that, especially I want to raise my kids around being hospitable. I think growing up, we weren't the most hospitable family. We did have people over, but I remember it wasn't a huge thing. And for my family, I want to work on that. So if it is bigger, I don't know if it'll be bigger because we like small, but maybe a little bit bigger than this. So I do want to strive to keep things minimal. The only concerns that I have would be homeschool stuff. I don't think I'll be minimal in that because I'm learning that with homeschool and teaching little ones, you need a lot of supplies. It was a pet peeve of mine this year, starting a little bit of preschool with Noble. It was just kind of a test year, and I realized how much stuff we needed. And I was like, why do I have to have all this stuff? But you need it to make it fun and creative for your kids. You need extra supplies. So homeschooling stuff, I plan to get a homeschool cabinet. There's one I'm looking at IKEA, and I think it would work really well for homeschool supplies. Something my kids can't get into, but we'll see. I cannot wait for the day when we downsize. Okay, super sweet comment. I love your guys' comments, by the way. I really try and read them all and heart them. I'm not the greatest at it. Questions. This is from Jessica H. Is there anything you've been looking forward to buying for your house / yourself, your kids, now that you'll be moving into a different house? It's funny, yesterday's video I do talk about this, dreaming for what I want their bedrooms to be, and like I said, the homeschool cabinet and maybe some more rugs in our house. Do you think it was harder going from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 kids? Oh man, can I say 2 to 3? 2 to 3 was my hardest. I feel like 1 kid was a piece of cake for me. 1 to 2 was oh my goodness, the first 3 months were hard because my 2 kids I had at the time were 16 months apart, so I was taking care of 2 babies at the same time. That was hard. But 2 to 3 was I'm taking care of 3 babies and 2 toddlers, and that was trying to keep my boys from killing themselves practically, and trying to keep them from destroying something or nursing a baby. That was hard for me. Have you always been minimal growing up? And if not, when was the first time you heard about minimalism? And how long did it take you to get to a maintenance stage? So when Taylor and I were dating, I learned of minimalism. It was when the minimalists had just come on the scene. And I remember buying their documentary. It's when you had to download it because it wasn't on any main streaming service. And that's when I learned about it. I was probably 18. And I kind of just still had that mindset, but I didn't keep it going. Every once in a while I would declutter and get to a more minimal stage, but I've always been minimal since I was little. I just didn't like keeping up with a bunch of stuff. I hated cleaning my room and hated dealing with stuff. And I used to want to be a missionary when I was little. I wanted to be a missionary, and I always read about these missionaries that didn't have a lot of stuff. And they always just had a backpack of stuff or just a few clothing pieces, or I just remember loving that and falling in love with that. And so I think it's just part of my nature to be minimal. I feel like it's kind of, similar to being it's kind of aligning with Christianity in a way of just not focusing on stuff, not focusing on materialistic things, and you know, Christ says, you know, sell all your things and follow me. And so I've always been minimal in a way. I feel like right now I'm in a pretty good maintenance stage, and I have been for maybe about a year, because I don't do much thrifting anymore of like tchotchke things. I've kind of come away from that. Where are your stockings from? They are actually from Amazon, but unfortunately they discontinued them. So I was a little bit bummed about that, because now that we have Ivy, I will have to get another stocking soon. But I think I'm going to look at the Pottery Barn stockings, like with the monogram name on them, because they're pretty affordable. So I don't know. Caroline Holly says Q&A. She's got about 4 questions, so let's see which ones I can get to. Drink some. What is the most rewarding and challenging parts of motherhood at present? The most challenging parts of motherhood, probably the lack of sleep. The lack of sleep is definitely hard. You definitely get used to it. The more you do it, you're just like, okay, another night of loss of sleep, drink some coffee, you're awake, you're good for the day. I definitely don't stress about it as much as I used to. I think with my second kid, I was more like, oh my gosh, this child needs to sleep through the night. And now I'm just like, well, she'll sleep through the night eventually. I'm trying as much as I can, but nothing's working. So you kind of just accept it. What other challenging things? I don't feel like there's a ton of challenging things right now. Whenever Ivy was newborn, that was pretty challenging. And with having 3 kids, there's more things that I've let go of and become more laid back with. But I know there will be more challenging things in the future. So lack of sleep is definitely affecting me a little bit. And rewarding. I just love looking out at my living room and seeing my 3 kids playing all together, or seeing my boys doing Play-Doh, or seeing Ivy in the middle of them playing. The noise, I used to not like noise, but I just love hearing my kids play and laugh and giggle and talk to each other. It's really great hearing the boys have conversations now. It's so cute. Okay, number 2, top 3 child-friendly go-to meals. Okay, child-friendly. Pasta is definitely good. I love to do organic mac and cheese and steamed broccoli on harder nights whenever I'm just needing something easy. A good like baked chicken and veggies is really good. Number 3, any New Year's resolutions for 2023. I want to do the Read a Bible in a year. That's a for sure thing. And I want to really get prepared for Noble's actual preschool year. He's going to be 4, turning 5 in the fall, and that's when we're going to really start preschool. And so I really want to get prepared for that. And I really want to be mentally prepared. I want the space to be prepared. I want to have everything I need. So homeschooling is a goal. Are you still doing intermittent fasting? How is this going? Do you find this challenging with nursing? I'm actually not doing intermittent fasting right now. I'm at a pretty solid maintenance stage where I like what I weigh, and it went really well, honestly. Do you find this challenging with nursing? Actually, I did not. I actually found it helpful. I felt like my milk supply increased. I was doing the 16-8 method, and I feel like my milk supply increased because I was burning calories. I don't know if I was just making milk with all the fat that I was losing. I'm not sure, but that was my experience. I wouldn't take my experience and do it. I don't want anyone to lose their milk supply. I know many people say be careful. They don't even recommend it sometimes. I think it depends on the method you're using, honestly. The 16-8 method worked great for me. Let's see. I'm a new subscriber, so my question for the Q&A would be a quick rundown on your family. Why are you moving? Where, when, how long have you lived where you currently are? Just a little background about you and your family. So we are a military family, and my husband is ending his 6-year enlistment in the Air Force, and we decide we just kind of are done. We want a new season of our life of not, being with the military. And we've lived here in Illinois for maybe 5.5 years. I think that's about it, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. Let's see, Kelly Narula, could you show us how you make your coffee? I will have to do that. How do you get that nice froth on your Americano? I have the same machine and bought the same beans and no luck. There's actually settings that we do, and I will have to look at them, and maybe my husband can help with the video because I don't usually make my Americano. He does, and he's become my little barista hubby, and he's done really great. So I will have him help with that. Okay. Claire Roberts says, question, given free reign to decorate your new place, which style would you choose, as well as being minimal? So yesterday's video I did touch on this, and I like traditional. I like darker tones, navies, reds, more of like a Ralph Lauren classy vibe. I don't know if I'll do vintage. I like vintage. I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. Like, I love the colors. Like, I love this like dark green, I love this red, like warmer tones. So I don't know, I'm definitely figuring it out. I'm only 25, so I feel like I'm still figuring out what I like. Okay, last question. This is from Meg Bolden. My camera just stopped filming for a second. I have not been stuffing stockings. Okay, so I don't know where it cut out, but she's asking, what's a not to-do list? What do you just not even do, I guess? So I don't do a gratitude journal. I've thought of doing a prayer journal though, so I don't do a weekly reflection, monthly reflection, set goals. I do like to set goals occasionally. It's not something that I'm like, I have to do. Man, a not to-do list. I've never thought of that before. If I feel overwhelmed one day with the kids, I kind of just take it easy. I used to have so much guilt if I turned the TV on, and now I've just stopped doing that because we already don't watch a lot of TV, and so I feel like it's okay to watch a cartoon every once in a while. A not to-do list. I don't know. That's a good question, and I think I'm gonna be reflecting on this because I don't know, it's a good question. But anyway, I think my kids are starting to wake up. But all of these were great questions, you guys, and I hope I answered them to the best of my ability. I still have quite a bit of hot chocolate and more stockings to stuff. But that was really fun. I loved answering your guys' questions. I'm glad I could get to all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around for Vlogmas. I have loved doing Vlogmas. Today is the last video for Vlogmas because it's the 25th, and Vlogmas it's typically 25 days. So I hope you guys all have had a wonderful Merry Christmas, or are going to have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I will see you next time, probably for an update soon on what the whole process is. Maybe another monthly whole house declutter after Christmas, I'm not sure. But if you guys have any video ideas, let me know in the comments below. If you're a new subscriber here, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around, like this video by giving it a big thumbs up. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.